With Dragon Ball Super set to return in July of 2019, will we get to see Goku go even further beyond and combine the state of Ultra Instinct with the Kaio-Ken technique? Ever since its debut in the Saiyan Saga way back at the beginning of Dragon Ball Z, the Kaio-Ken technique has made its mark in the history of the franchise by becoming one of Goku's most iconic and crucial techniques. Time and time again, we have seen the Kaio-Ken be the deciding factor of many of Goku's toughest battles, as the pure-hearted Saiyan has used the technique in a variety of different ways, manipulating his strength and speed to further multiply his base power level. Many people often confuse the Kaio-Ken as a transformation, as it does change the physical appearance of the user by engulfing them in a shade of red and significantly heightens their battle statistics. Despite those traits, the Kaio-Ken is not a transformation, but is rather a power-up. Because of this, Goku's body has been capable of pushing the multipliers of the Kaio-Ken to different limits in both canon and non-canon sources, rather than have the multiplier be set at one specific number. However, once Super Saiyan transformations were introduced to the franchise, the usefulness of the basic Kaio-Ken technique faded after the Frieza saga due to how detrimental it was to the body when compared to transformations. Because the Kaio-Ken is a technique rather than a transformation on its own, Goku has been able to mix the technique with his transformations, particularly two variations of Super Saiyan. One of these forms being full power Super Saiyan through a filler fight against Pikkon, and the other being Super Saiyan Blue as seen multiple times throughout Dragon Ball Super. Thanks to the concept of mixing the Kaio-Ken technique and a Super Saiyan transformation, the Kaio-Ken technique has been revitalized and has even gained a major increase in popularity throughout its constant usage in Dragon Ball Super. But keep in mind that the only reason as to why the Kaio-Ken has been brought back and has only been used canonically with Super Saiyan Blue is due to how stressful it is on the user's body. On top of how stressful the Kaio-Ken multipliers can be on the user's base body, it's very lethal to mix the technique with a Super Saiyan transformation. Due to the intense emotional turmoil caused by the Super Saiyan transformations, it's harder to have precise ki control, and thus makes it more difficult to survive the strain of the Kaio-Ken. The only reason as to why we got to see the Super Kaio-Ken, my favorite variation of any Super Saiyan form, in the filler fight against Pikkon is simply because it was filler. The idea of mixing the Kaio-Ken with a transformation did not exist before this fight, and so nobody really thought of the negatives of using this technique. If I had to make any sense of the Super Kaio-Ken's usage though, just because I love it so much, Goku did have the capability of tapping into full power Super Saiyan at the time, which had a calmer and more controlled state of ki, as opposed to the unmastered variation of Super Saiyan, but even then he didn't hold on to it for more than a few seconds. Because this form was only visible during a few seconds when Goku knocked Pikkon into a nearby moon, it's simply up to headcanon on whether or not you want to believe Goku used full power Super Saiyan with the Kaio-Ken, or if this was just an inconsistency caused by the filler. With Super Saiyan Blue, however, the Kaio-Ken technique can properly be combined with the transformation due to the calm flow of godly ki surging through the user's body being much easier to control than other Saiyan transformations, at least when we're talking about the anime version of the form. Because of the calm nature of Super Saiyan Blue's God Ki and the overall serenity of the form as opposed to the emotional turmoil of the basic Super Saiyan, the strain of the Kaio-Ken can be balanced out, allowing for a much more cohesive combination between the two. Goku has even gone far enough to attain mastery over Super Saiyan Blue Kaio-Ken due to the cohesiveness of both states as seen through his 20 times multiplier against Jiren, where he could quickly activate it at will without causing any strain on his body. So with the backstory of how Kaio-Ken has been combined with both the strenuous Super Saiyan transformation and the calm state of Super Saiyan Blue, could Goku eventually mix the Kaio-Ken technique with the Ultra Instinct state achieved during the Tournament of Power? Ultra Instinct is a bit tricky to talk about as it's both an ability that can be mastered by the Angels and the Gods of Destruction, but is also a transformation slash power-up known as Ultra Instinct on men used by Goku during the Tournament of Power. Of course, it's entirely up for debate on whether or not the Ultra Instinct used by Goku is a transformation or a power-up, but I personally think that it's more of a state of mind, sort of separating itself from being a transformation or a power-up. During its initial showcase during his fight against Jiren, Goku was not capable of tapping into Ultra Instinct on men, simply known as Ultra Instinct at the time, at his own will. He was pushed into the UI state by breaking his self-limit, tapping into a potential within himself that far exceeds the powers of any god of destruction. When using Ultra Instinct, Goku's state of mind is much calmer when compared to Super Saiyan or Super Saiyan Blue, and allows Goku to adopt the Ultra Instinct ability into his fighting style. The Ultra Instinct ability grants Goku the use of his instincts without thinking, allowing him to automatically dodge attacks and instantaneously counterattack without letting his mind get in the way of his body's movements. Despite the basic functions of Ultra Instinct giving Goku the ability to dodge and move much quicker without thinking, the Ultra Instinct state is very tough for a God of Destruction to master, which is why none of them have. You can only imagine how difficult it must be for a mere mortal to master Ultra Instinct, let alone obtain it, yet Goku managed to do so. Even then, for someone like Goku, he was unable to control it upon his first usage of the state and quickly lost control of it, only to tap into it once again when facing off against Kefla. Because he was capable of tapping into it for a second time, Goku managed to gain more control over Ultra Instinct Men, yet was still incapable of fully utilizing it in combat. After losing the Ultra Instinct Men state, Goku becomes incredibly exhausted from each usage, so while it doesn't really put a large physical strain on his body like the Kaio-Ken does, it does put a strain on his energy, preventing him from fighting at his full power for a short period of time. So if Kaio-Ken were to be used alongside Ultra Instinct Men, I personally think that it would drain Goku's energy significantly quick, but wouldn't have too much of a strain considering Goku isn't using an emotionally turmoiled form such as Super Saiyan. Eventually, Goku did manage to awaken the true Ultra Instinct, which is near identical to Ultra Instinct Men aside from the silver hair. I personally like to call this transformation Mastered Ultra Instinct because that's essentially what this transformation is. It's Goku's mastery of the Ultra Instinct Men state that utilizes the Ultra Instinct ability. When transformed into Mastered Ultra Instinct, Goku is fully capable of tapping into his instincts without any part of his mind hindering his strength or movements like what we saw in his different iterations of Ultra Instinct Men. So far from what we've seen with Mastered Ultra Instinct, the transformation allows the user to have a far more vast and calmer ki control when compared to previous God forms such as Super Saiyan God and Super Saiyan Blue. Even though Mastered Ultra Instinct is a transformation that allows for a vast ki control and grants the user the ability to act with all parts of their body working in perfect harmony, the user is still capable of channeling rage in order to amplify battle power to new heights. However, while Mastered Ultra Instinct is perfect in every way when compared to Ultra Instinct Men, it suffers from more physical issues than its unmastered counterpart. At the end of the day, Mastered Ultra Instinct is simply too powerful for a mortal body to withstand, and thus overusing the transformation and pushing one's body farther than what their natural limits can allow can result in the body breaking down, similar to what happened to Goku after his near victory over Jiren. Similar to the physical strain of the Kaio-Ken, when the body breaks down after using MUI, dark ki electricity can be seen shocking the user's body and in more severe cases, could potentially even end the user's life. So the ramifications of a mortal using MUI on top of the physical strain of the Kaio-Ken could no doubt kill the user if they're not strong enough to handle MUI. Once the Tournament of Power came to a close, we later learned that Goku cannot tap back into the power of Mastered Ultra Instinct, nor is he even capable of transforming into Ultra Instinct Men, as he only tapped into those states by being backed into a corner by Jiren and Kefla. Some people may have thought that Goku tried tapping into Ultra Instinct in Dragon Ball Super Broly, but that was just an artistic choice rather than him trying to tap back into that power. But that is up to headcanon of the viewer, since it doesn't really make or break the story of DBS Broly. So if you're still sticking around at this point, is it possible for Goku to combine Ultra Instinct and Kaio-Ken? At this point in time, no, it is not possible for him, at least if he wanted to survive the combination. I feel like with proper training and the ability to either transform into Ultra Instinct Men on command like in Super Dragon Ball Heroes, or if he masters Ultra Instinct to its fullest extent without any ramifications on his body, he could eventually combine them with Kaio-Ken and possibly even perfect the combinations later on down the line, similar to what he did with Super Saiyan Blue Kaio-Ken. Considering that Ultra Instinct Men is a calm state of mind that Goku can achieve without any ramifications on his physical body, I think stacking Kaio-Ken onto it without proper mastery of this state would be pretty easy to pull off, as the Kaio-Ken would not conflict with UI like it would with Super Saiyan. Goku would be able to utilize the statistical increase of the Kaio-Ken and could increase his power without needing to think of his body's movements, so these two power-ups / techniques could work very well together. It would just drain Goku's energy very, very quickly. When it comes to Mastered Ultra Instinct though, Goku could theoretically mix Kaio-Ken with MUI due to the calm flow of ki within the transformation. However, if Goku does not have complete mastery over this true version of Ultra Instinct, or if he simply isn't strong enough for his mortal body to handle it yet, he would no doubt die from the physical ramifications of both MUI on his mortal body and Kaio-Ken eating too much of his ki. Because both UI and MUI revolve around the calm state of mind with vast ki control, the ability to utilize Kaio-Ken should be relatively similar to Super Saiyan Blue. It's entirely possible for Goku to mix Kaio-Ken with these two versions of Ultra Instinct due to how little stress they cause on the body and how instinctive both of them are, but I don't believe he should do it at the moment. Later on down the line when Dragon Ball Super returns and stronger villains begin appearing, I would love to see Goku tap back into Ultra Instinct first, then eventually learn to tap into it on his own without being backed into a corner, and from then on I would love to see him utilize Kaio-Ken with the calm natures of both of these states. You guys remember back when Ultra Instinct was first shown off in promotional posters? Everyone thought Goku's new form was going to be titled Limit Breaker, and looking back at it, it looks exactly like Ultra Instinct on men, except we never got to see the red coloring within his aura. I'm hoping that if Ultra Instinct Kaio-Ken gets introduced in the future, we get to see something similar to this initial promotional artwork. And hey, Kaio-Ken is more recognizable now than ever, so I would love to see it be expanded upon more and be mixed with another set of transformations. Theoretically, the rules for both Kaio-Ken and Ultra Instinct allow the two to work together in near perfect harmony, and the concept for both of them mixing can open up plenty of more doorways for future Dragon Ball storytelling. So there we have it, everyone. I personally believe that Ultra Instinct Kaio-Ken is a possibility for Dragon Ball's future, and I would love to see it at one point in time. Not right now, or not when Dragon Ball Super comes back, but I would love to see it in maybe a couple years. What do you guys think? Do you feel like it's possible, and if so, would you like to see it or not? Let me know down in the comments below. Would you prefer Ultra Instinct on Men Kaio-Ken or Mastered Ultra Instinct Kaio-Ken? If you enjoy my Dragon Ball content, make sure to leave a like on this video, as I would greatly appreciate the support. While you're at it, please subscribe to the channel and share it with your friends. This channel will only run if you help me empower it, so let's try to get as many people liking this video as possible in honor of Dragon Ball Super's return. Thank you all so very much for watching this video, and if you want me to cover another Dragon Ball subject, let me know down in the comments below. I had a great time making this video, and I hope you all enjoyed it as much as I do. Like I said, if you like my Dragon Ball content, make sure to stick around for my next video, but until then, I'll see each and every one of you guys later. Bye everyone!